My name is Breanna Fernandez. I was an environmental science major with an option in energy and earth resources at Chico State, and now I currently work at Gateway Science Museum as both curiosity guide and a field trip guide. Yes, so within the forum coordinator position, this was all revolving around the Every Drop Impact project that Gateway Science Museum hosted. I was somebody who was very involved in this process as I took them down bi-weekly to the creek to take those measurements. I also kind of got assistance from someone else to make graphs and create different visuals that helped us see the data change over time, and we were able to produce a whole project. We created a website based on it, and we actually held a whole online forum since it was during the COVID time, and we were able to inform individuals on what we were doing, along with get them connected with people within this field as well. One thing I really enjoy about my position that I feel has a great impact is getting younger people involved in the field. As I was growing up, STEM was not really a thing for my younger years of teaching, schooling, so I like the fact that working at a science museum where we generally get a lot of children or younger crowds, I can introduce them to those topics a lot earlier, and they can grow up and want to be an environmental scientist or want to be within that field where that may not have been something that they would have thought of beforehand. I also like the fact that you can educate them on stuff that maybe they're not learning about in school. Environmental science, like I said, is not something that's usually taught in school, and even though STEM is getting introduced at a younger age, maybe not necessarily the environmental part of it, and we're constantly surrounded by our environment, so it is important to learn about it and think about how we can help it as well. I think this is a good question for my field as we kind of are entering different times of the environment. We do have a lot of things coming up, things changing regarding the environment, such as possible global warming, climate change, and stuff like that. So with that being said, people of this field studying those natures, studying those patterns are very important. I can see this field getting a lot more important as time comes on, as we start realizing that things around us are either depleting, decreasing, which are resources that we may need. So I can see this field only increasing with people as well. I think the coolest thing to me, I guess, that I felt, at least being a woman in this field, is growing up or going through my college classes, I was one of the very few women that were in the class or were in the courses, so it definitely made it feel like a different experience coming from my point of view versus their point of view. To me, it also makes it feel a little bit more special and a little bit more like when I pass this information on to other people, it inspires other women within this field that this is not a field that is just for men or can be dominated by men. It makes me feel like I have empowerment being around other people of this field too. I would say definitely go for it. It may seem a little discouraging. I know in the very beginning, at least within the college aspect of it, there are a lot of rigorous courses that you're going to be taking along the way that might discourage you, or you may feel like might not have as much to do with environmental science as you want them to, but these are just classes you're going to have to get through, and you'll realize once the classes are over that there are some ways that you can relate to them, and you'll be grateful for the hard experiences that you went through and realizing like how you overcame them, and just definitely like sticking with it throughout the process, even when it feels harder. It will definitely be worth it, especially with environmental science being a topic coming up that's really important to the world and our society right now.